Well, the start of the school year not going as planned in Greenwich. Assistant principal at Coscob Elementary School is now on administrative leave. Jeremy Bolin was caught on video by the highly partisan Project Veritas, talking to one of their undercover reporters about discrimination in their hiring practices. News 8 has not independently verified the video's authenticity, and due to legal reasons, News 8 has chosen not to air the video. But in the video, Bolin says he wouldn't hire Catholics, conservatives, anyone over 30, or anyone he didn't believe was progressive. Suffice to say, well, that's not sitting well with anyone on both sides of the political aisle. They're all outraged, and Attorney General William Tong is launching a civil rights investigation into the hiring practices in Greenwich schools. And here's what Tong talked about last Thursday. Watch this.
I do not play politics with my enforcement authority, and I do not play politics with civil rights investigations. And I definitely do not play politics with schools, kids in schools, and teachers, and students, and families. I am not going to do anything different just because this is a political season and people want to see me reach one conclusion or another. I also want to make very clear we will conduct a thorough investigation and review and analyze all of the evidence. This will not happen overnight.
Today the video is released. Republican Senate candidate Leora Levy pounced on this. She gathered other GOP lawmakers and parents for a rally in Greenwich. Have a listen.
The assistant principal has been screening teachers, hiring teachers only with a progressive ideology, hoping to influence young children to think the way they do.
And what about Project Veritas? Well, nonprofit conservative organization calls itself an investigative news organization that exposes waste, fraud, and abuse and corruption. Here's what Project Veritas founder James O'Keefe told News 8 about that gotcha video. Watch this.
Why is this man hiding this information from people was the first reaction I had. And the second reaction was an obligation to publish it and to follow up and to do more investigative work on this and to create a series about what's happening in our schools. This is an example of a story where there's nothing divisive about it. You have very bipartisan outrage because America was founded on the First Amendment and religious tolerance and not discriminating and targeting people due to their religion, not hiring someone because of their particular religion or faith or their age. Bowling said we don't hire people over 30. So I am happy to report that this is precisely what the mission of Project Veritas is.
And so, McKinney, a lot of discussion has been around Project Veritas, but at the roots of this, it's discrimination in our schools.
Well, that's the issue, and I was disappointed to see a lot of attack on the source of the story, Project Veritas, rather than the substance of the story. Do we need to get the entire video? Do we need to make sure that it wasn't edited, taken out of context? Absolutely. But we need a full investigation. There are 1.3 million Catholics in the state of Connecticut. Discriminating against anyone because of their religion is wrong, or their age, any kind of discrimination. So we need to get to the bottom of this. I am very happy to see Attorney General Tong open up the investigation. He did. You guys passed extraordinary powers for the Attorney General to look into these abuses. His initial statement 24 hours earlier was very disappointing.
It was a kill the messenger.
Yeah, it was kill the messenger. And look, whether it's Project Veritas, and I'm sure there are going to be groups on the left that do this kind of quote-unquote journalism as well, should we look at them more suspiciously? Sure, but we still need to look at them and make sure this is true. Because if this is true, something is going very wrong in the town of Greenwich, and it needs to be corrected. And then the next step is, if it happened in Greenwich, is it happening anywhere else?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say anything different than what John said. We agree on it, right? Number one is that you have to do a full investigation. I'm glad the Attorney General is doing that. You know, we both know Fred Camillo very well. I'm thinking about him. You think about the teachers, the administrators, only in that town, but across the state, right? Because 99% of the teachers go to school every day. They do their job. They're educating people, principals. Think about all the stress they've had with COVID. But then this comes out, and it becomes certainly, as it should, it's going to have to get the Attorney General to be involved, the town will be involved, resources put there. But I think Fred is the right person in that town. I think he has the respect of a lot of people to try to figure this out. I really feel for all the people in that town right now. This is a bombshell that was dropped. But I'm not going to defend like you said, John, these news organizations, I have no idea the facts and circumstances that will come out. This is not Bob Woodward, I can tell you that. But at the end of the day, it was shocking, and I hope that we find out that it was not widespread. It was limited to this one individual, but we'll find out.
Johnny Mac, break down the political repercussions of the story.
Well, it goes right into a lot of issues that have separated Republicans and Democrats, not just in Connecticut, but nationally. Parents' right, the role of a parent versus the role of a teacher in the classroom, what we're teaching kids or people think may be teaching our kids in the classroom. And now you have a video that could show evidence of what some Republicans have talked about, which is that our public schools are trying to teach kids more than just their ABCs, and their math, and more about politics, more about social issues. So I think that plays into it.